So I'm here talking about the star projector which just arrived, which is really, really cool. It's got this crystal globe which projects stars on your ceiling, and it's got laser to add the little dots for the actual stars. It's got cloud patterns. You've got your buttons on the front, and let me show you these here. So you've got your light, your modes, your power, you've got your speed of the cloud's rotation, and you could set it to music mode to where it moves the patterns and changes the colors based on the music playing. It supports Bluetooth pairing on your phone, but you can also insert a USB stick with songs if you just want to play through USB tracks and kind of cycle through USB tracks as well. You power it through the USB-C cable, which is included, and I'll show you what it looks like when you power on. I'll show it to you in the dark, but right now I wanted to show you what it was lit and how it looks when it's off when you first get it. You position the globe on the stand, pretty basic stand here. It has little rubber feet on top of it. You position on the stand and you kind of point it the way you want on your ceiling. And you don't want to do this kind of like in the dark, turn the light off in your room. And when you turn it on, you'll kind of project how you want the layout across your ceiling. So you have a lot of options. You could project it slightly angled, you could project it straight up, but that's how you'll do the projection. On the remote itself, you've got the power button. You've got, of course, the LED lights, which is the little tiny red green stars, which I'll show you. You could turn the moon on and off, but there's no way to change the moon. There's no other type of planets. There's just the moon. You've got the laser mode. Again, you've got the microphone, which will make it change colors to music. You've got brightness levels. You could switch between Bluetooth and USB stick for music. You've got function 1 and function 2, which causes it to cycle through all the different colors. Now, the way the clouds work is you can layer on 2 different colors at a time. So you've got red, green, blue, and white. But you can do blue and green, or red and white, or white and green, and you can layer on the colors. So you can have the 2 cloud colors and have the motion and moving. And I'll show you that in a bit when I turn off the lights and I set this up against the ceiling. It has a 1 hour or 2 hour timer where it will automatically shut off. So you basically you go to sleep with it on and it'll shut off automatically. You don't have to worry about it running all night, but it's pretty impressive. And I'll show you how it works and how it looks in the dark and how it looks up against my ceiling.
So here I got the projector at night pointed up at the ceiling. We're going to go ahead and power it on. You can see the projector itself is quite bright sitting on the floor. It's plugged in to a USB outlet. Let me tilt the camera up at the ceiling now. You can see it has the little green stars, which is the laser button. It's got the moon button enabled so that the moon displays with a little bit of surrounding scenery around the moon. Right now it's set to blue cloud patterns with the blue button being set. And here I'm pressing the laser button, changing the amount of stars that show up, the amount of green stars. Now, the laser button only shows green stars. That's the only color the stars can be. But you could set them to where there's a lot of them, there's a few of them, or you could have it fade between a lot of them, almost like the blinking and animated in motion, which looks really nice. Now, here's what happens when you disable all the clouds and you just have the laser stars blinking. And now I'm adding in different varieties and texturing and just the laser. This is, again, just the laser without clouds. Here's with just the white cloud button enabled. So you got the stars plus the white clouds. Again, turning the clouds off here. Now you just get the laser again, showing you how many laser dots and fragments all over the ceiling. It's actually pretty cool looking. And reducing the amount of stars if you want to have less stars in the field of vision. Here's with red clouds enabled. And you can see how the green stars look with the red clouds. Now here you have red and green clouds both enabled with the stars and the moon projection on as well. And you could have 2 different cloud colors at the same time. So even though there's 4 different cloud color choices, only 2 can be on the same time. So here's just red clouds again. Now here's the different brightness levels you could set. Here's green clouds. You could press the function so that it rotates through the different cloud colors. Here's no clouds, just the moon, no stars. Here's white clouds with the moon. Here's red clouds again. Here's red and blue clouds. And for some reason, my iPhone camera flickers when it sees that. So again, different brightness levels. Setting the different brightness levels for the clouds and the projector itself. Now it's blue clouds only, which looks really nice. The dim blue clouds was my favorite. Now I'm showing the different brightness levels of the blue again. Now I'm adding the green stars into the blue clouds. And I really like the green stars and blue clouds. That was my favorite look to this pattern. And here I'm adding green, so green and blue clouds with the green stars. Now I went to white and green. Now white and blue. Now showing you different brightness levels with white and blue. Just white. Turning off clouds again, back to the stars. And just, you could play around with a whole bunch of different patterns, and it looks really nice. especially when you get them blinking and it creates that little ambient atmosphere. Playing with red and red, white, blue, white, just testing out the various color patterns here. And here's red, white again with full clouds on. And here's green, blue with the stars on and the moon on. And here's blue, red, which creates a really beautiful, like pinkish purple look with the green stars as well. And here's green, white. And green, blue again. And just blue. Now the projector has a fixed throw diameter, so you'll have to adjust where you place it so that it covers the right part of the ceiling that you want. It does allow you to basically point and rotate the orb for the projector on its base in almost any direction, so you can pretty much get the angle that you want to position it. You can, again, it's a really nice look, and you can control how many stars you want. And now I'm going to show you the motion controls. You can see the clouds have like motion, which I really particularly like, the way the clouds swim and move, almost like there's actual wind and motion. They look almost more like water reflection. But you could play with the different motion patterns. There's fast and there's slow motion patterns for clouds. You can have both color of clouds enabled and have the motion going. And here's green and white with motion clouds. And blue and green with motion clouds. And red motion clouds, green motion clouds, blue. Now I'm doing the function where it rotates through the colors. Now I'm clicking the other function where it slowly fades in and out of the colors versus abruptly switching them. Now you could turn the moon off if you don't want a moon and you just want the clouds and the stars, and you could turn the moon on. But the moon doesn't change. It's either on and off. You don't have any variation to the moon itself, the projection. So here's what the projector looks like when it's on and it's flipping through the colors. Again, it could be fairly bright. So if you're going to have it in a bedroom or something, you kind of want it not to point anywhere near your eyes, or it could be so bright it could be, it could be distracting, especially if you're standing above it and looking down the floor. So you kind of want it on an end table where it's above your eye level if you're going to have it on while you're laying in bed or something like that. You're definitely going to not want to stare in the direction of the projector because it is so bright. And it does project a very wide image. It covers the entire ceiling in my living room where I tested this out. It's a pretty wide projection. I was amazed at how much coverage it has over a ceiling. You can see how much it's covering there. Now, this projector also comes, it has a speaker built in, and it accepts Bluetooth or USB music. So we're going to go ahead and test out how the music sounds through the speaker. We're going to pair it with Bluetooth with my phone.